Welcome to my video. This video is for education purpose only. No copyright infringement. This copyright belongs to the rightful owner. The contents are taken from the reference book prescribed by SPPU Pune. In today's video, we will start with the chapter 2, that is thermogravimetry. The measurement of the mass of the sample is often one of the earliest quantitative experiments. For example, we can do the quantitative analysis by using gravimetric analysis. So thermogravimetry, it is nothing but the extension of gravimetric analysis technique. In gravimetric analysis, the quantitative analysis by weight is done, and it is the process of isolating and weighing an element or a definite compound of the element in as pure form as possible. Gravimetric experiment to determine order of crystallization and to study oxidation and reduction reaction are used to teach the principles of stoichiometry, formulae and analysis. Many gravimetric techniques involve a reaction to produce a definite compound and then heating it to convert to a stable material of known composition. For example, if you want to determine the amount of bismuth in the solution, then that solution is treated with Q-ferron. The bismuth-Q-ferron complex formation takes place, and then it is heated strongly and ignited strongly to give the stable oxide that is called as Bi2O3. So this Bi2O3, it is having a stable composition and it is in the pure form, and it is stoichiometric quantity. And so by weighing that Bi2O3, we can find out the amount of bismuth in the solution. In thermogravimetry, the effect of heat on the changing mass of the sample is studied. So in thermogravimetry, you have to study the effect of heat. And because of heating, what is the change in the sample, mass of the sample, it is to be studied. This study is able to extract information on the stages of analysis and on the temperatures needed to bring each stage to completion. Measurement of mass on a balance is done by the process of weighing. A balance compares the unknown mass with the standard mass by comparing their weights, which have the units of force and the magnitude of mass times gravitational acceleration. The mass of a body stays constant, but the weight will alter if you have change in the acceleration on the body. If the acceleration on the body alters, then the weight may get altered, though here mass is remaining constant. As far as the historical background of the thermogravimetry is concerned, the scientist Duell, then Detach, Dollimore, and Wendland. These scientists have fully documented the origin of thermogravimetry. The most significant contribution was made by scientist Honda in 1950. Honda uses a lever arm balance fitted with an electrical furnace to investigate manganese oxysalt. Simple experimental apparatus has been described which used modified manual analytical balances and controlled electric furnaces. The Chevron thermobalance was first to record weight change automatically using photographic method. This was used extremely from 1936 by Duell and others. The development of electronic microbalance allowed use of smaller samples and furnaces and work to be carried out in controlled atmosphere and in vacuum. So the use of electric microbalance is the important one in the thermogravimetric analysis. The definition of thermogravimetry. The thermogravimetry, it can be defined as, it is a technique in which mass of the sample is monitored against time or temperature. So thermogravimetry is a technique in which mass of the sample is monitored against time or temperature, while the temperature of the sample in a specified atmosphere is programmed. So here we have to program the temperature. It should be recognized that several manufacturers and users prefer to call this technique as thermogravimetry, denoted by the symbol TG. But to avoid the confusion with glass transition temperature, that is designated by the symbol TG, that is the glass transition temperature. So to avoid the confusion between these two symbols, many manufacturers and users, they prefer this technique as thermogravimetric analysis. So it is designated by the letters TGA. The apparatus is called as thermobalance, or less frequently it is also called as thermogravimetric analyzer. In order to study the different steps involved in the thermogravimetric curve, most of the time the TG curve, it is also supported by derivative thermogravimetric curve, that is DTG curve. So for example, if in a thermogravimetric curve, in the TG curve, which is shown by this thick line, this is the TG curve for certain sample. Slight weight loss is there, slight differentiation in the stage is there. The weight loss continues, then remains constant, and then the weight loss is there, and if it is remain constant. So this is the TG curve of certain sample. In this area, very slight inclination is obtained in this part. So these steps will be more elaborated by using the derivative thermogravimetric trace. So in this case, we have to use the mass of the sample as a function of temperature given in degree Celsius. But in case of DTG curve, it is supplemented by DTG curve, derivative thermogravimetric trace. The DTG curve measures the rate of mass change with time, that is dm by dt. And this DTG curve reveals the different steps which are not indicated in the TG curve, and they can be shown like this. Here small change, you get the small peak, then again a large peak, then remain constant, and here also you get the large peak. So the DTG curve reveals these intermediate steps also. So these are the different steps revealed by DTG curve. This is the diagram for the apparatus used in thermogravimetric analysis. The apparatus consists of electrobalance, and to control this electrobalance, the balance control unit is there, and it is connected with the recorder or computers. The programmer is connected to the furnace, which programs the heating of the sample. The sample is kept over here in the furnace in the uniform heating zone. These are the furnaces, and temperature we can measure by making use of the thermocouple. We can maintain the atmosphere around the sample by passing some inert gas like nitrogen from this inlet, and this is the outlet for the atmospheric gas. So this is the thermobalance system. The thermobalance has four major apparatus parts. The first apparatus part is the electrobalance and its control. The electrobalance and its control. The second part of the thermo apparatus is the furnace and the temperature sensor. Furnace and temperature sensors. The third major part of the apparatus is the programmer, which programs the heating of the sample. And the fourth major part of the apparatus is the recorder. The recorder, or it is also called as plotter, or it is also called as data acquisition device. So these are the four major components of the thermobalance. In our next video, we will see in details about all these components. Thank you.